So, you're watching what seems to be like a promising anime. Great animation, interesting premise, compelling characters, and then bam, an upskirt short, a press group that's supposed to be funny, a beach episode that has nothing to do with the plot, anime titties in your face. And just like that, you can't recommend the show to anyone. This is the fan service problem, and it's costing anime the mainstream respect it deserves. Look, I love anime. I've been watching it for years and years. But we need to talk about something that's been holding back this medium for decades. The obsessive reliance of fan service and unnecessary sexualization that plagues an otherwise incredible medium of storytelling. And before the comments explode, no, I am not saying that all anime does this. No, I am not a prude, and no, I am not saying that sexy content has no place in storytelling. What I am saying is that anime has a unique problem where fan service gets shoehorned into places it has no business being, actively damaging the stories being told. Let me explain. Here's a scenario you've probably experienced. You discover an anime with an amazing concept. Let's say it's a psychological thriller about the moral dilemmas in a dystopian future. The first episode is gripping, the stakes are high, the characters are complex. Episode 2 opens with a hot spring scene, with convenient steam placement and dialogue about breast sizes. Or maybe you're watching a shonen battle anime with genuinely innovative fight choreography, but every female character's combat outfit somehow defines both physics and practicality, with armor that protects everything except vital organs. The frustrating part, these shows would be better without these elements. Fire Force is a perfect example. Incredible animation, unique firefighting premise, interesting world building, but they give us Tamaki, a character whose entire personality is accidentally gets her clothes torn off. It's not character development. It's not plot relevant. It's a running gag that actively interrupts dramatic moments. The show literally stops mid-crisis so we can watch her trip into compromising positions during life or death situations. It just ruins the immersion. This isn't just about being uncomfortable. This pattern has real consequences. First, the recommendation problem. How many times have you wanted to recommend an anime to someone but had to add a disclaimer? Oh, it's amazing, but you have to get past the weird fan service stuff. That shouldn't be necessary. Imagine trying to explain Made in Abyss to someone. It's a beautiful, haunting exploration of adventure and loss with some of the best world building in anime. Oh, but there's also some really uncomfortable stuff with children that the creator seems weirdly insistent on including. You just lost your audience. Second, the wasted character potential. I think that fan service reduces characters, especially female characters. Let's have an example. Ria's Gremory from High School DxD could have been a powerful demon noble, navigating politics and power. Instead, she exists primarily for breast jokes and butt scenes. Even Nami from One Piece has become progressively more sexualized as the series continues, with outfits getting smaller and proportions getting more extreme. Her early characterization as a cunning navigator and thief gets buried under constant focus on her physical appearance. Third, genre contamination. Fan service bleeds into genres that there's no place. Sword Art Online could have been a compelling exploration of virtual reality ethics and human connection. Instead, we got incest undertones and sexual assault as plot devices. The show literally cannot go 5 episodes without sexualizing someone, even in arcs that would benefit from restraint. Now let's just address the common defenses.
It's just Japanese culture.
No, plenty of Japanese media exists without excessive fan service. Studio Ghibli films are internationally beloved without relying on sexualization. Mob Psycho 100, Vinland Saga, Monster, or Taxi, just to name a few. All incredible anime that prove you don't need fan service to succeed. Japanese creators themselves have spoken out on this. Hayao Miyazaki famously criticized the anime industry for being full of otaku who don't observe real people, leading to characters designed to appeal to fetishes rather than to feel human.
Just watch something else, man. You don't have to watch anime.
You see, the problem is these elements contaminate shows that are otherwise excellent. It's not about avoiding ecchi anime. Those are honestly fine because they're upfront about what they are. It's about battle shonen that interrupt fights for boob jokes. It's about psychological thrillers that include lolly characters in suggestive situations. It's about fantasy epics where female armor is somehow less protective than lingerie.
Sex sells.
Does it though? The most successful anime internationally: Attack on Titan, Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, Demon Slayer, don't rely on fan service. They succeed because they're good stories. Meanwhile, anime with excessive fan service often gets confined to a niche audience who are already fans, never breaking into mainstream. Let's talk about shows that get it right. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood has female characters in military uniforms that look like actual uniforms. Hawkeye is competent, respected, and complex, and the show never feels the need to put her in compromising positions for laughs. Then again, the show is also written by a woman. But what about Attack on Titan? It features characters in practical combat gear fighting for survival. The focus stays on the story, the mystery, the horror of the Titans. Mob Psycho 100 has a diverse cast with actual character development. People dressed like humans. Relationships develop naturally. Vinland Saga treats violence and sexuality with weight and consequence, rather than as comedy relief or eye candy. These shows prove that you can have romance, you can have attractive characters, you can even have sexuality when it serves the story, rather than interrupting it. The difference is intention. Is the character sexualized because it adds depth to the narrative, or because the creator wanted to appeal to a specific demographic regardless of story impact? Now here's the thing, I still love anime. Anime has become a global phenomenon despite this problem, not because of it. Imagine how much bigger anime could be if the people didn't have to add disclaimers when recommending these shows. If parents didn't have to worry about what their kids might stumble into. If women didn't have to watch female characters exist primarily as objects. The good news, we're seeing change. More anime studios are finding success with restrained story-focused content. The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie made over $500 million. It's beating most of Hollywood. International audiences are demanding better, and creators who prioritize story over fan service are being rewarded. We've seen anime prove it can tackle complex themes: war, genocide, mental illness, political corruption, environmental collapse. It can make you laugh, cry, and question your worldview. It doesn't need the boob jokes. Look, I'm not trying to sanitize the anime or remove all mature content. Adult stories obviously can and should exist. Sexual themes can be explored meaningfully. But there is a difference between mature storytelling and a teenage boy's fantasy, interrupting dramatic moments. If used right, sexuality can actually add to the tension of a scene, leading to a much more compelling way to tell a story. The question isn't should sexy content exist in anime. The question is, does this content serve this story? Most of the time, the honest answer is no. Anime is honestly a beautiful art form, and it deserves to be taken seriously. It deserves to be recommended without caveats. An audience deserves stories that respect their intelligence and characters that feel like people, rather than fetish delivery systems. the medium is better than this. We all know it can be. So maybe it's time that anime starts acting like that. And I think we are noticing the great shift. So, what do you think? Are there shows that handle this well or terribly? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you stuck around this long, hey, hit that subscribe button.